Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have the corn planter unfolded here sitting in the driveway. This thing is a monster, guys. This thing's huge. It's just unbelievable that we have a planter this big, honestly. Look at that. All those boxes that have to be filled with seed. Oh man, that is just insane. So what we have figured out is that we realized there are some seed firmers, there's two of them that are just normal ones. They're not Ketons, so you can't run fertilizer through these. So Dad has them ordered. They should be getting here this coming week. Today is Sunday, so nothing's happening business-wise, shipping-wise today, but hopefully in the next couple days we'll be getting them. So that one and that one there are both regulars, which we got to swap. We also have to put the row markers on. Since we are not running auto steer this year, we do have to worry about getting those on. So we got this one sitting here. It's got to go on that side, and the one on that side sitting over there. I got the 35-foot cable, which I did hook this up yesterday, and everything worked, except we weren't picking up seed sensors for 10, 11, and 12 row numbers. So I got to go over there and figure out what's going on with that. But we got this right here, this one. We'll run up this frame. Hang on, I'm getting myself oriented with what frames move here. Yeah, up this frame, and then in this way. And this frame's hollow, and there is holes up there to route through, but I don't know if you can actually do that or not. So I gotta figure that out yet. But it is gonna run along this somehow and get up here to the front where we hook it up. Sadly, it ends. For some reason, they made the harness end on this side when this side's got the cable routing thing. So, oh well, who knows? Maybe I can lay out that cable, and once I get the 35-footer out, maybe I'll have enough to go back that way and up this way. But it just seems like a waste of cable there. Got that to do, and then also gonna be taking all of these off, which it's simple. It's just this nut right here. Take this nut off, and I believe there's another one. We might not have to take that one off. We may just have to loosen it. And then they come right off of this frame with this U-bolt. And then we take these hoses, and these hoses are gonna be running to each individual row unit, which we can do these three with those three hoses, and then it gets reduced down to, oh, what is it, 1/4-inch hose, I think. And then the rest of them, they're all gonna have to run this way, and then we put the little hoses on, and then they go back and then run back out and branch out each row. Well, I'm out of time for today, and I didn't get anywhere near as far along as I wanted to on this, but I did get the new wire ran, which it couldn't fit through this, so it's just dangling right here for now. Wait, no, it's right here. I don't know what this is. Yeah, it's right here, and it runs up and around, and it did fit in this one, and it comes right up here, and we have a lot of slack left up here, so that we can have plenty of room to go up to the tractor. So that's perfect. It's gonna sit right there. It's all done. Then I went through and took all the hoses off, and we routed these hoses on this side, how they're gonna be on the other side as well. So the first three are coming around this way, and then branching off each unit right here. And then the other four, right? Four or three? Three are coming this way and looping up into these holes and around, looping up there, and they gotta go back to the left side of that black box right there, and then they can go straight back and come back this way. But the hose basically ends there, so we'll take over with the little line for going back to the rest of them. And the planer is an exact mirror image on both sides. There's one fertilizer pump on this side that runs 6 rows, and there's one on this side that runs 6 rows. So once we get done with this side as well, it'll look just like that. Now, I also got 6 of the no-till coulters off, which it turned out to be really hard to get those nuts off. They were not wanting to come off at all. So Dad gave me the go-ahead, and I just zipped through with the torches, and they came off in like 2 or 3 minutes flat. So that's what we'll do on this side as well. Just I'm out of time for today. I have to get going. So we're gonna leave this project for tomorrow. It is supposed to rain. It's Monday morning. Well, it's Monday afternoon now, but it's been raining off and on, so I can't have the camera outside with my microphone. But I got the rest of the fertilizer coulters cut off, and I put the last 2 no-till coulters on. And then, yeah, so we just gotta remove the U-bolts. They're laying around. There's 2 more to take off down there, and then we're done. The problem with the last 3 rows here, 10, 11, and 12, not showing up on the monitor, figured it out. Really stupid mistake. Yeah, well, let me just tell you about it. This smart connector, which is right here, which you guys would recognize as the one that was up there in the middle of the mainframe, it was plugged into the wrong part of the harness. So this harness, I thought the factory would start in the middle and work their way out. Turns out they don't. It starts at the front, comes down, and there was a connection right here, which I couldn't see when the planer was folded up. And it starts down here on this side of the planer, and the harness slowly works its way that way and then ends at the other end. So just like the precision harness, it would start and then end over there. So didn't know that. Moved the smart connector, spliced it in here, and I actually took the cover off of this backbone to plug it in, and it was actually labeled smart connector on the plug. So yeah, if I would have looked around a little more, I would have realized, hey, that one goes right there. But we got it figured out. We got that stuff all re-cable managed. We got the middle stuff re-cable managed, and I think we are okay now. So I'm gonna pull the 4960 around. It is on the manure spreader right now, but I can get it in here to where I can plug this in and test fire it. And I gotta get the GPS globe out of the shop. We took it off just to keep it from getting hit by tree branches and stuff while we were hauling manure. I got the GPS globe on top of the roof. It's as simple as having a magnet on the bottom. It sticks down, and you plug her in. That's all you gotta do. And then, yeah, she's hooked up. We'll probably be taking it off and on, well, off during the other part of the season when we're not planting, and then putting it back on when we are. But here's what my cab looks like right now. I have the 2020 monitor, I have my iPad mount, and I have my phone mount, and then the fold box is right here, and my Bluetooth speaker. So we'll go ahead and get the monitor powered up, which is just as simple as reaching behind the seat here and popping the power button. Pop. And it takes a second to boot this up. So while it's doing that, I'm gonna take this off of this, because this is the field view module and it comes with its own iPad mount, but this one won't work because of my case having a strap on the back. So I'm going to take these 3 screws out, and then I'm gonna figure out, I think I'm gonna put it like right here. So there's the boot screen, and there you can see our screen. All the little things are green, the seating tab is green, and yeah, everything else is, that's downforce is white. That's just its color legend. Originally when I started this up just a few seconds ago, 10, 11, and 12 were the only ones that were green. Turns out I forgot to re-plug in the harness that I had previously had taken apart. So I put it back together, and we are all good here. I can tap seating, and we got the smart connector. You can see all of them are green, so that means all the seat sensors are good. I have the field view module right here, and we're gonna put it right there. I'm gonna figure out how to fasten it down a little later. So now we just run Ethernet from right there along here, and then back into that box behind the seat. And then there's a USB port right here, and it plugs in to the iPad, which goes right here. Okay, so we have the iPad hooked up to the little field view module kit. It came with a shorter lightning cable, so I am going to put that one in here. I didn't grab it because I thought this one would be alright. So we go to the Field View Cab app. Alright, I gotta do some research then and figure out why I didn't pick up. Okay, so a day later I got the 2020 and the iPad working. I will show this more when we start out in the field. And yeah, got it all set up. I just need to tape that down with something and then get the Ethernet cord taken care of. And then we're good. So I'm gonna unplug this. We're still gonna be hauling some more manure, so I'm not gonna leave this in here. And then we'll come back when we are planting, which hopefully tomorrow. Dad's coming. He actually ordered 12 Keatons because he feels like they're wore out on this, so we are replacing all 12 seed firmers. Alright guys, so the camera died while recording the last clip, so got something stuck in my mouth. Here we have the planter completely taken care of for the fertilizer wise. So we got the real Keaton row firmers on the bottom, and they run up through here. This is a 5-pound check valve that just keeps the whole entire hose from emptying out when you pick up the planter at the end. So you end up only having this length of hose from here to the bottom that has to prime back up when you put the planter down, instead of this entire hose just siphoning out all over the ground. So that's something we learned from the precision dealer, and then it comes up into the factory hose. And these three are right here, but the inside 6 have to route up here and into the center and then out and then along the front of the tank. So a little bit harder, more tedious, but it worked out. Now I am working on putting these on. These are drag chains. It helps get any air pockets out of the dirt. You really don't want any air pockets when you're planting. So these go on the back. They bolt on this top hole right here on both sides. And I got these laid out, and then I got brand new ones for the last 6, and I am working on assembling them right now. So it consists of one of these links, and you put it in this hole, and then you hook the end of the chain in, and then you use channel locks and you crimp it down, and that's what I'm doing over and over 6 times. So I'm gonna do this off camera. I got equipment moved around. We got the 4960 pulled up here because the left beater on the manure spreader is not spinning anymore. We sheared a keyway, so we gotta fix that. And then got the 8430 over there, ready to hit the fields when it's time. And I moved the semi so that we can put the row markers on both sides. They had to take them off for shipping. And you would think, with the amount of money we had to pay to get this thing shipped down here, they would put them back on when we got back here. But they just pulled out of the driveway and left us with them. So that means we gotta put them on. Well guys, some things have gone different since the last clip. We have the corn planter backed away in the barn now. It's not sitting out here out front. We got that almost completely done. And then when we went to fold it up, a couple of the fertilizer tubes that Dad put on weren't long enough, so they pulled apart. So we do have to do some work to that yet, but that can wait until later because we cannot plant period until we get the 3-point hitch working properly on this planter. It will not stay right. One of the biggest problems is this tractor went to a John Deere dealership 4 or 5 years ago, I believe, and got the clutch packs rebuilt in this. This is a 15-speed power shift, so we did not want to mess with this transmission. We sent it in and got it rebuilt. When it came back, the lever for the 3-point has been backwards since we got it, but nobody has bothered to call John Deere and say, hey, this has been backwards since you guys put it back together. Can you guys come fix it? So now down the road we're gonna have to pay for it for them to come out and do that. So yeah, I've been working on getting a hold of the John Deere dealer we had do the work, and they're gonna get back to me. We got a hold of another John Deere dealer beginning of this week, and they said it'd be 1 week until they could get out here, but chances are Dad didn't have them put them on the list. So yeah, we got problems. And then also this 3-point, when it's up in the air, it'll randomly drop. It happened on me on the grain cart, and it ended up breaking the PTO shaft on the grain cart, which did not end up being cheap. So it drops, it won't stay in one spot. It's constantly either going down or going up. And then what was the other thing it does? Sometimes it just won't move, period. You'll jump in the tractor, go to move it, and it just sits. You gotta completely shut the tractor down, start it back up, hope it makes it move, and then, or eventually just wait, and eventually it'll start moving again. So we got some problems. We're gonna try and get it fixed. Dad's been working on the 4440 all day yesterday, and he filled it up with coolant. This thing's completely put together. And then he filled it up with coolant, and this block has a crack in it, and it's leaking. So he has to take this back off, which was a pain in the butt to put on. He has to take a couple of things off on that side. I don't know if the turbo has to come off or not. Maybe not. I think that'll be all right. But we have to pull this off of the top and then pull this off. And we have that piece off of the motor in the corner that he's gonna slap on here. And then it should be ready to go. We also have a nurse tank that we built out of our old sprayer. That's not ready to go either. Gotta go through this pump, get it on there, get it plumbed in. I'm gonna get to work, probably go through that pump. I was working on the nurse cart, getting a routing spot set up for this hose, and we got a weld right here, which isn't my best work. That's probably the best right there, that little 1/4 inch. That did really good. I don't know what I did different there, but turned out really well. And the rest of it just got all goobery on both sides. And then I bent this up, so that's good. And then this one's not the greatest either. I didn't do a full bead, I just kind of tack welded in spots. It looks better when it's dry. And then I haven't done anything back here because the welder won't reach, and I didn't know exactly where it needed to be until I put those on and knew where the hose was gonna end up. And we gotta replace this end because this is actually what the end is on the corn planter itself, so we need to change that. And I think we need to downsize it one size. And there's also, since this was a sprayer, there's a lot of agitation hoses under here, and there's no cap on them or nothing, so we need to cut them off and put a valve on it so that none of them just pour fertilizer out onto the ground, because that would be bad and expensive. Hopefully New Holland red matches close enough. Well guys, we got some of the stuff taken care of. We got the hose brackets on the side. The back is still waiting because don't know exactly what we're doing back here yet for fitting wise. We gotta somehow either adapt this or just cut this off and get it to this one over here. We have to get it to this size, which is a different size. It is smaller than what we used to run, so we gotta get it down to that. And then we're going to be putting a 90 on this valve coming this way, and then we're going to be putting a banjo fitting, which is what these special quick attach things are called, and it's going to come on right here, and then it's going to come around, and we're going to have a flexible hose running from here to there. And the reason why it's got to be flexible is because when we go to fill this tank, we're also going to be using this pump, so we have to switch this hose and put it up here, and then we're going to be completely undoing this hose because our tanks won't match this hose anymore, and we have another one, so we'll just leave the hose that we need back behind the bunker silo by the fertilizer tanks, and we'll just yank this one off and put the other one on. Kind of confusing, probably didn't understand that, but we'll explain it more when we actually load up. Well guys, there's not really a whole lot going on for the rest of the week. Tomorrow is going to be Saturday, we're going to be working at home. And yeah, we got the tender tank system trailer. Dad's got a hose found for it, so we're going to be mounting it up here eventually. And then yeah, we bought some fittings, so we need to get one different 90 for that, I think. Yep, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I know I said this last video, but next video we will be planting corn. We are going to be in the field next Tuesday, guaranteed. maybe Monday if we're lucky, but we are going to be in the field. I know I've said it a couple of times. We've been planning on it, and then we have bad weather, so then we figure, oh, we'll just do this on the planter then. We still have to fix those fertilizer lines on the planter yet, but that won't take very long, 15-20 minutes at the most. And then the planter will be 100% ready to go. We need the cylinder stops on this, and then this will be 100% ready to go. And then we need that plumbed up, and then that will be 100% ready to go.